Hello YouTube, Old Man Dan here. I have to say that I've been living in denial. It's kind of hard to admit that you're getting old and that the things you did happened so long ago that most people don't even think about them or even remember them anymore. But that's been driven home to me more than ever lately. So the thing that I've been fighting with my denial over is the fact that it's been 30 years since Desert Shield, Desert Storm. Just as a refresher, what happened was on the 2nd of August in 1990, Saddam Hussein had his army invade Kuwait. There was a lot of reasons behind that invasion. Number one was his claim that Kuwait and Kuwait's oil belonged to Iraq. He was referring to the way the British and their empire had divided that entire region to suit the British Empire. And now he was making a territorial claim to try to restore Iraq to its true greatness. The thing that a lot of people don't know about the Iraq invasion of Kuwait is that Saddam Hussein's ambassadors had actually broached the topic with the United States. And President Bush's people were so unbelieving of what he said that they really didn't treat it seriously. And since they didn't treat it seriously, then Saddam Hussein mistook that for being that the United States didn't really care. So he invaded Iraq. Well, the day that Saddam Hussein invaded Iraq, I was in Hong Kong. I was part of 1st Battalion, 4th Marines. We had pulled into Hong Kong a day and a half earlier. And I was actually at a hotel in Hong Kong. I didn't have any duties on ship. And my unit didn't have anything for me, so I had signed out with some friends from ship, some of the Marines I worked with, and we were in a hotel room in Hong Kong. Well, that morning, we went downstairs to eat breakfast in the hotel, and the invasion of Iraq was all over the news, and including the news reports that were going on. The U.S. Embassy had worked with the local news agencies to help the ships and the Marine units announce that everybody had to get back to ship immediately. We were being recalled. So we got back on ship and we sailed. And from there, our involvement in Desert Storm, Desert Shield actually grew. I'm going to go into more details about what our involvement was in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and a couple of more videos. That way I can keep them short. But the thing I just want to get across right now is the fact that this month, sitting here looking at things about Desert Storm, about the outcome of Desert Storm, the aftermath of Desert Storm, both for me and professionally and for the other Marines I knew that were there with me. The hardest part has just been acknowledging the fact that this happened 30 years ago. One of the other things that made me feel even older is the fact that when I was with 1-4 and we took part in Desert Storm, I had already been in the Marine Corps for 9 years. I was on my 3rd contract. So that made me realize that coming up in 2021, I'll be marking 40 years since I joined the Marine Corps, went to boot camp and all that stuff. So I'll probably talk about that a lot more in a lot of other videos as well. Because in those 40 years, there's been a lot of changes, both for me, personally, professionally, whatever, but also for the Marine Corps and for America as a whole. Another thing I would like to talk about in future movies is how those 30 years since Desert Storm have played out as far as our involvement in the Middle East, and specifically our involvement in Iraq. Because when you think about it, it's been 30 years that we've been involved in some sort of conflict, some sort of war in Iraq. So there's some things about that I would like to talk about in a future video too. So stay tuned for that, and have a great day.